In this video I will be showing you how I train my falcons to the lure. As my birds are all display birds and not hunting birds, I will not be showing you how I enter them, but I will be showing you how I take a falcon that has just finished a molt all the way up to being a fit, free, lure-bound bird. And the falcon featuring in this video is Sky, and she is my Gyrfalcon, and she is now 4 years old. I still go through all of these steps of training with all of my falcons, no matter what their previous experience is. However, some of the steps that I will be taking with Sky will require a lot less patience than they would with a juvenile falcon. At the time of filming this, Sky has just finished having a 5-month break. I typically wouldn't give my birds that long a time off. However, bird flu meant that Sky has been in lockdown in her aviary for 5 months. So she's coming back into training refreshed with a nice healthy molt. And the first thing I had to do was catch her up, give her a thorough health check, remove all of her old equipment and replace it with new fresh stuff, and cup her beak. Now that she has all the furniture that she needs, it's time to start manning. Once she's spent a couple of days manning and is comfortable being on the glove and moving around, it's time to start feeding her on the glove. For a juvenile falcon, I would do this by holding the falcon first and bringing the food to the glove. But because Sky has got previous experience and training, I went straight into putting her on the perch and getting her to jump to the glove from a short distance for all of her food. Once she's comfortable stepping to the glove for all of her food, I reinforce this by chopping up her food into lots of little pieces and getting her to step to the glove over and over again. And I hide the food in the glove so that she gets used to stepping to the glove without seeing food every single time. And then it's time to introduce the lure. Now, as Skye has seen the lure and flown to the lure in the past, this step is going to be a lot quicker with her than it would be with a juvenile falcon, but the method is still the same. I tie half of her food to the lure and I just drop it at her feet when she's on a block perch. I wait until she's completely finished eating and I do not try to take the lure off her. I then make in and get her to step to the glove for the rest of her food. The next step is to take her into the field, attach her to the crayons or training line and put her on the training perch. I then jump her to the glove for small pieces of food. This is so I can make sure that she's comfortable working with me in the field and she's not just focusing on everything else going on around her. The next day I ask her to do this again. I ask her to jump to the glove for a third of her food, down to the lure for another third of her food, and then I pick her up with the final third. This is so I can make sure she's comfortable flying, feeding off the lure, and stepping up to the glove, all whilst out in the field. And the next step is to add a bit of distance. I'm not asking her to fly miles to the lure yet, just a little bit of distance so that she can't just drop straight down onto the lure from her perch. So now that we know that she's eager for the lure, I can start adding quite a bit more distance and asking her to properly fly over to it. I also don't want to just drop the lure onto the floor anymore, I want her to actually catch the lure, and I do this by throwing it straight towards her feet as she gets close to me. And now comes the big scary step. flying free for the first time. Now I'm not looking for anything fancy to begin with, I just want a repeat of the day before. A nice level flight straight over to catch the lure is what I was looking for. But Sky had other plans. And this was a little bit messy, but I thought I need to keep it in the video to show you how important it is to keep calm and relaxed when flying a falcon. As soon as I put her on the perch, I could tell she was ready to fly to me, but I wanted to get a bit of distance from her, so when she was getting comfortable and getting ready to fly, I started to run into position. She took off before I got to where I wanted to be, and she flew past me. I watched her fly above the trees and over 2 fields, but I kept my calm and continued swinging the lure. I had to just trust all the previous training that we had done and hope that she would recognise me swinging the lure and turn around and come back to it. And she did. As she came over, I threw the lure up into the air and she just didn't quite catch it. She landed on the floor and started coming over. Now usually, I wouldn't let a falcon have the lure after landing on the floor like this. But as it was her first free flight, and she went up much further than anticipated, I decided it was better just to reward her for coming back. And now that she has flown free, come straight to the lure, and will turn around for the lure, it was time to try a pass. When I'm at this stage with falcons, I only ever do a single pass, and then I let them catch it on the second go round. That's for a couple of reasons. They're still building up their fitness, and you don't want to push them too hard, but also, if I started doing several passes at this early stage, she might become disheartened, and then she might give up entirely on trying to catch the lure. If you watch carefully at this stage, she's not fully committing to doing those passes. She will come by and fly past me, but she's not really throwing her feet out or really trying to get that lure. And I'm sure with more practice and fitness and a bit more practice on my part, because it's not just the birds that had a massive break during bird flu, I had a break from swinging the lure as well. So practice and confidence on both our parts, and we should really Sky's training is to let her find her wings a bit. What I mean by that is rather than swinging the lure for her as soon as the hood comes off and flying her straight to the lure, I'm going to hide it and just let her fly around for a bit. And this will teach her to range a bit further from me and to gain a bit of height, and that's really going to help with her fitness. I got some really nice flying out of Sky when we did this, but she did land in the tree. Now I don't mind that too much because she worked really hard for her current level of fitness before she decided to take a break. After she landed, I got the lure out and started swinging it. Now I didn't let her have the lure straight away because that would be me rewarding her for sitting in a tree, and I don't want to do that. I made her do a few passes so that she had to work hard again, and then I let her catch the lure as a reward. And that's about it really. From here, I'm just going to allow Sky to continue finding her wings. However, there is one more flight that I have to show you. Being a display falconer, all of my birds have to be used to flying at events. And I've just got back from one where Sky went through her most difficult test yet, flying on display. I'm Dan from Birds of Falconry, and with me I've got Jake and Sky. She's done a poo. Next thing she should do is shake all of her feathers. This is something all the falcons do before they fly. They do a poo, they shake their feathers, and then they take off. There we go, there's the feathers. Right, now she should take off, and we don't want to rush her. I want her to work it out and do it in her own time. And she's going the opposite direction. Excellent. Wonderful. I've had 3 good displays. She's turning around. That's good. I'm going to throw this lure out, and she goes past. So she's a falcon. She's a Gyrfalcon falcon, and that's a hybrid of that. I'm going to make her do a bit more work. I'm going to try one more pass, and then hopefully we'll bring her in. So she's hybrid, Gyr, large white Arctic species, and a lat falcon. Good girl. The lat is the African species. Oh, good girl. It's not over yet, don't worry. What happens now is she's worked hard for that lure. It's got a nice piece of beef on it, and she wants to sit and eat it. It's really unnatural for a falcon to sit out in the open like this. They would either carry their food off to the nest or drag it under a bush. So I'm not going to go tower over her, I'm not going to take that off her, I'm going to let her eat her food, and then I'm going to slowly come down to her level, and I've got another piece of food for her. Now she's eaten all of that beef, all she's left is 11 pack, so what I've got is more interesting. Good girl. This is called making in. Oh, wow, breath after that. Good girl. So I'm now going to handle her. She's trained to fly to that. I don't want to leave it on the ground, otherwise she'll be after it. I'm so happy with Sky's training and progress this far. And so I'm just going to continue flying her and building up that fitness. If you have any questions about my methods of training a falcon, then please leave it as a comment below and I will do my best to reply to it. If you've enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing and follow our other social medias too. And thank you for watching.